I identify with Andy Warhol in pop art. Okay, that was what was going on during my years in college. Everything about Andy Warhol was like, wow, admiration, wow. What happened immediately after that in the arts, 1970s, okay, was this collapse into a snide sort of postmodernism also. This happened in the art world, all right? And it was an utter misunderstanding, okay, of culture, it seems to me, by that movement in the art world. That is, oppositional art, in my view, is dead, okay? It's been, and what postmodernism is a pathetic attempt to continue the old heroism of the avant-garde. The avant-garde was genuinely heroic from the early 19th century, okay, where we're talking about, where the Courbet, the realists, we're talking about Monet and the Impressionists, people who genuinely suffered for their radical ideas, their innovations, and so on, right? Going right down to Picasso and down to Jackson Pollock, who truly suffered, okay, for his art. It was only after his death, okay, that suddenly the market was created for abstract art. Pop art killed the avant-garde. The idea that the avant-garde continues is an absolute delusion of the contemporary art world, okay, which feels that it must attack, challenge, okay, the simplistic beliefs of the hoi polloi, okay, it's somehow the art. Okay, from the moment, okay, Andy Warhol went through and embraced the popular media, instead of having the opposition to it, the serious artists had had, okay? That was the end of oppositional art, okay? So we have been going on now for 50 years. The postmodernism in academia is hand in hand with the stupidity and infantilism that masquerades as important art at galleries everywhere. This incredible, it's mechanism of contemporary art, pushing things that are so hopelessly derivative, and with this idea that, once again, that the art world somehow has a superior view of reality. The authentic leftism is populist, okay? It is based in working class style, working class language, working class direct emotion, an openness and brusqueness of speech, okay? Not this fancy contorted jargon of the pseudo-leftists of academe, who are frauds. These people who managed to rise to the top at Berkeley, at Harvard, at Princeton, okay? The idea that these people are radical, they are career people, they're corporate types, okay, who succeeded in, and they love the institutional context. They know how to manipulate the bureaucracy, which has totally invaded and usurped, okay, the academe everywhere, okay. These people are company players. They could have done well in any field, okay. They love to sit in endless committees. They love bureaucratic regulation and so on. There's not one leftist, okay, in American academe raised his or her voice against the obscene growth of tuition costs, which have bankrupted a whole generation of young people. Not one voice, okay, to challenge that invasion by the bureaucrats, okay, absolute fascist bureaucrats, okay. If we add it, they're cancerous, okay. There's so many of them. The faculty have completely lost any power in American academia, okay. It's a scandal what has happened, okay, and they deserve the present servitude that they're in right now, okay, because they never protested. Okay? Yes. My first job at Bennington College, 1976, I was there when there was an uprising by the faculty against encroachment by the Board of Trustees and the president, okay, and it was a huge thing. It was reported on the New York Times and so on, and we pushed that president out, okay, and there's not been a single uprising of that kind against encroachment by the trustees and by the administrations in all these decades, okay, passive slaves, they deserve their slavery.